We continue to follow breaking news. A duplex that caught fire in North Nashville on Knoll Street. This video from Sky 5 earlier, about an hour ago when the fire first broke out. The smoke was billowing from that home. Several firefighters were on the scene. Again, this was about an hour ago, and there were several people inside, about 5 of them. They did make it out all right. Investigators think this fire started in the laundry room. All that smoke has now dissipated. The Red Cross is helping the family this morning.
Breaking news now. 2 gas stations robbed just minutes apart overnight. Now the search is on for the suspect. Matthew Torres live at the MAPCO near Donaldson. And Matthew, investigators think that there's this one woman behind both these crimes, right?
Yeah, since both crimes had the same description as far as the incident and the suspect description. Now, we are here live at the MAPCO off Lebanon Pike and Spence Lane, and I spoke to the clerk. It's the same clerk who was involved in the incident. Good thing, though, he wasn't hurt. However, he couldn't show us the surveillance video, which shows the crime scene, and hopefully it will be available later. Now, what we do know so far is that the suspect is accused of stealing cash from the register after leaping over the counter around 2:30 this morning. The clerk said that the person was in the middle of buying something when this incident happened. Now, she took off on foot, but it was about 15 to 20 minutes earlier when police say this woman did the same thing, almost the same thing, at the Dailies on White Bridge Road in West Nashville. She again leaped over the counter, tried to steal the money from the register, but the clerk was able to close it just in time. That's when she apparently demanded money from the clerk, and when he refused, police said that's when she shoved him and took 20 packs of cigarettes. This morning, she's still on the run. However, police have been able to dust some fingerprints off of this scene, and hopefully that will lead them to whoever this suspect is. We do have suspect description on our website, newschannel5.com. Reporting live at Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.
All right, Matthew, thanks for the update on that. A routine traffic stop leads to Humphreys County deputies shooting a violent suspect. That suspect now recovering at Vanderbilt Medical Center. And that's where we find News Channel 5's Cuthbert Langley. Any word how that suspect is doing this morning?
Good morning, Steve. At this point, we know the suspect is here, but his condition is unclear at this point. It's also not known how many times he was shot, but we have learned Humphreys County deputies did shoot him at least one time. Here's how this entire incident began. It was around 7 o'clock last night when Humphreys County deputies say they got a call of a stranded motorist on Highway 13 near Waverly. That's in the northern part of the county. And when officers and deputies responded to the scene, the suspect supposedly got out of his car and ran away on foot. And a massive manhunt was then underway because as deputies continued their search throughout the night, they realized this guy has several warrants, felony warrants, out for his arrest. Eventually, deputies caught up to him in a wooded area. And here's where things become unclear. There was some sort of a shooting, a shots fired call, and it's unclear if the suspect ever fired at deputies, but we do know a deputy did end up hitting the suspect, and he was rushed here to Vanderbilt Medical Center, where, again, his condition is unknown at this time. Now, no deputies were injured in the shooting, and the TBI is investigating, as they normally do anytime a deputy or an officer is involved in a shooting. Now, we spoke with the Humphrey County's sheriff overnight. We're going to hear his reaction to all of this coming up at 7:30. For now, though, we're live here at Vanderbilt Medical Center. I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5.
Cuthbert, thank you. An apparent case of road rage takes a very scary turn when a driver pulls out a gun. It happened yesterday in Murfreesboro near the intersection of Middle Tennessee Boulevard and Broad Street. Not clear what sparked this dispute. We're told the driver of that black Infiniti SUV you see right there was outside his car talking to the driver of that white Volvo when he was shot in the stomach. He was flown to Vanderbilt, but should be all right. We're told police interviewed the alleged gunman, the driver of that Volvo, but so far no charges have been filed.
Metro Councilman Green is back home after getting shot last week 3 times. Late last night, he released a statement, and it says, in part, thank you so much for your continuous prayers and support during this difficult time. Recently, there has been a rash of violent crimes with our youth in front of or behind a gun. My heart goes out to them. I know that we will come through this together. I look forward to returning to the business of this city. One of my primary priorities will be working with Mayor Megan Barry on curbing youth crime. Councilman Green was shot multiple times on Osceola Avenue in West Nashville last Wednesday, and this is the surveillance video from a nearby gas station. The search continues this morning for the suspected gunman, Brandon Hunt Clark. If you see the 19-year-old, call Crime Stoppers 615-74-CRIME.
Right now, the search is still on for a missing woman with severe mental issues. Ty Tarr was last seen on Valley Brook Avenue up in Bowling Green, Kentucky. She's 24 years old, wearing a brown scarf, a brown jacket, and black pants. We're told she does not speak English. If you see her, call police or call 911.
A sad update to yesterday's breaking news. The 73-year-old man injured when his apartment on Tampa Drive caught fire early yesterday morning has passed away. Investigators say he lit a cigarette, which caused his oxygen tank to explode. His name has not been released.
Officers with the state prison system are getting a big thank you in the form of a check. Staffing shortages have been plaguing the prison system for several months now. So, to show their support and appreciation for sticking it out, administrators are giving the officers a $1,000 retention bonus. That move impacts 3,300 officers.
Kentucky's governor-elect is looking for people who want to work in his administration. A new website went online today, and it's being run by volunteers that Matt Bevin picked to assist him with hiring staff. About 1,000 jobs are classified as non-merit positions. That means Bevins has the authority to hire and fire people in those jobs. So if you're interested, we have a link to that website. Just go to newschannel5.com.